Hello everyone, my name is Mariano Bermudez and this is my speech. Today I want to talk about something that affects all of us every single day. Whether we realize it or not, it is misinformation online. Every time we open TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, even apps like Reddit, we are surrounded by information. Some of it is true, but some of it is completely false. The scary part is that false information often spreads faster than the truth. Think about how many times you've seen a shocking video online and instantly believed it was real before checking a reliable source. Most people have done that at least once. In today's world, edited images and AI-generated videos are becoming harder to recognize. That is why everyone should learn media literacy. What is media literacy? Media literacy means having the ability to analyze information critically and check reliable sources to avoid being manipulated by false content. This issue matters because misinformation affects public health, politics, education, and even relationships between people. If we do not learn how to recognize false information, our communities become easier to divide and manipulate. False stories online spread incredibly fast. According to researchers at MIT, false news spreads farther and faster online than truthful stories. This happens because emotional content gets more attention and people share it more online. Social media algorithms are designed to keep people engaged, not necessarily informed, but as a result, misinformation spreads rapidly before fact checkers can respond. Imagine how dangerous that could be. A fake medical claim could convince people to make harmful health decisions. A fake video could damage someone's reputation instantly. False political information could divide communities and create distrust between people. The internet gives everyone a voice, which can be positive, but also means anyone could spread misinformation to millions of people, and within minutes. That's why media literacy should no longer be optional. It should be necessary. This problem is becoming worse because technology is evolving faster than people's ability to recognize misinformation. Fake content looks more realistic than ever. AI-generated images and videos can make events appear real, even when they never happened. Many people share posts without checking whether the information is even accurate. Once misinformation spreads, it becomes extremely difficult to stop. This creates confusion and fear in society. Communities with lower media literacy skills are especially vulnerable to scams, conspiracy theories, and manipulation. For example, scammers often target older adults online using fake news or misleading advertisements. Young people are also vulnerable because they spend so much time on social media platforms where information spreads rapidly. Without media literacy, people become easier to manipulate. So, what happens if we ignore this problem? Well, first, people make dangerous decisions based on false information. Second, trust in journalism, science, and reliable institutions continues to decline when people stop trusting credible information sources. Society becomes divided because everyone believes different versions of reality. And finally, misinformation creates fear and conflict between groups of people. That is why we need to take action now. The solution is education. Media literacy teaches people how to think critically instead of simply accepting information at face value. It teaches important questions like who created this information? What is their purpose? Is there evidence supporting the claim? And are multiple resources reporting the same thing? Media literacy also teaches people how algorithms work and why certain content appears on their feeds. Media literacy also empowers people. It does not tell people what to believe. Instead, it gives them the tools to make informed decisions for themselves. Schools, families, and communities can help teach these skills. There are also strong ethical, logical, and emotional reasons to support media literacy in education. First, I'd like to discuss ethos. Organizations like UNESCO and researchers around the world support media literacy because they recognize how dangerous misinformation has become. Second, logos. Studies consistently show that false information spreads faster online than truthful information. Finally, pathos. Misinformation hurts real people. Families become divided by conspiracy theories. And people lose trust in each other. Media literacy helps protect people from manipulation and encourages healthier conversations based on evidence and understanding. Okay, now I would like for you to imagine a different future. Imagine a society where people stop and verify information before reposting it. Imagine students learning how to recognize bias. And now, imagine communities that rely on facts instead of fear. If more people become media literate, online spaces could become more respectful, informed, and more trustworthy. People would make healthier decisions, communities would be less divided, and misinformation would lose its power. Okay, now imagine the opposite. Imagine a future where fake videos, AI-generated videos, continue spreading without resistance. Without media literacy, people may struggle to know what is real anymore. That is why this issue matters so much. Now the counter-argument. Some people argue that media literacy is unnecessary because people already know how to use the internet. However, I think using technology is not the same as evaluating information critically. Just because someone knows how to scroll through social media doesn't mean they know how to identify misleading content. Yeah, others argue that teaching media literacy limits free speech, but media literacy does not silence opinions. It encourages critical thinking and informed decision-making. The goal is not to tell people what to think. The goal is to teach people how to think carefully and responsibly. So, what could we do starting today? First, we could fact check information before sharing it online. Second, we could use reliable news sources and compare multiple perspectives before forming conclusions. And lastly, encourage schools to include media literacy education in their classrooms. These small actions can take us a long way, but together they can create a huge and positive impact. Misinformation is one of the biggest challenges of the digital age. It affects public health, education, and democracy. Media literacy gives people the power to recognize manipulation and make informed decisions. If we want stronger communities and more informed society, we must treat media literacy as an essential skill for everyone. And that starts today. Thank you.